I told my boy Ice, I'm like, yo, look, Virgil Abloh just followed me. And I'm like, my heart's going crazy. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. This is like one of my idols. This is one of my inspirations. I'm like, at first, I'm like, bro, is this shit fake or something? I start going to see if he's hacked or something. Like, bro, I tell you, like, he was following me for like 2, 3, 4 days and he didn't say anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna DM him right quick. I DM'd him and I was like, yo, bro, I appreciate you for everything. You've like you've inspired me with and shit. I'm happy that you fuck with me and follow me. He was watching my stories and shit. So I just had to hit him up and then he was like, I fuck with you, bro. You're the future. And he's like, what's your, send me your address, sizes and all that shit. And then he sent me a pack right away. Like,
damn. Yeah, man, you got the good off-whites in the mail, man. Yo, it's your boy Hakeem, and you are watching Our Generation Music. And today, man, I have a very special one for y'all. My boy, Redda. Redda, how we doing today?
What's good, buddy? Shit, chilling, bro.
Wrapped up in the turby?
Shout out to Uzi Vert, man, for real.
Shout out the gang, man.
Shout out the game, I better eat.
Man, this is your first interview, and you know, you have been going crazy for some years now, just, you know, production-wise and producing. And yeah, we gotta uncover the Redda story, man. We gotta get in knee deep in there, man. We gotta figure out the origins. The people wanna know, you know, where it all started, you know?
It all started in North Miami Beach, Miami, in Florida and shit. I was just a curious kid, just like, I used to listen to so much music, like Tyler, the Creator, and like, I Live McConan, Bones, Team Sesh, all of that, like, Future, Thug, Chief Keef, and shit like that. At first, I didn't like Chief Keef, but, you feel me, it grew on me. And I was just, you know, a listener, and I wanted to do more than just listen. I wanted to just create and, you know, spread my message.
Yeah.
Feel me? So, yeah, I started when I was like 14, 15.
So around 14, 15 is the first time you got introduced to Fruity Loops?
Yeah, that's when I came across it on YouTube, seen Metro on the ads and shit, you know, like cooking up and shit, Sunny Digital Cribs, I Live McConan at the camp and shit. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
That's fire, man. Yeah, those are legendary clips,
all
man.
producers, the real producers know about that video.
Those are legendary clips right there, man. That's history right there, for real.
Sure,
Atlanta history, really just musical history. So around 14, 15, you know, you started your producing journey, but I really want to just know, like, the kind of, you know, kid, you said you were curious, but I want to know, like, what were you doing before, you know, producing? What kind of kid Redda was?
I was like outside type of kid. I was always outside, getting hurt, not listening to my mom and shit, like breaking my nose and falling off skateboards and shit, like playing football and shit. When I found out about FL Studio, I was still playing for my football team and shit. And I remember I had got injured or something, and I was like home. I was just trying to I was learning it and shit. Once I hadn't even learned FL, I just knew that I would master it, like off of just like touching certain shit and knowing what like certain shit was already.
Oh, okay.
I knew I would master it. So like the day I downloaded FL Studio demo, that's the day I was like, yeah, I'm done with football. I went to practice that day. I didn't even practice. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go. Like, I'm so ready to go back home to make beats. Like, you know when you got like a new game when you was a kid?
That's all you want to do.
You was so fucking ready to go play that shit when you get back home. That's how it was like for beats and shit. So ready to learn.
How were those you know, those first couple beats? I know like you were inspired by Metro and Southside, and you know, you were watching their cook-ups and everything. How did, like, you know, those first couple beats sound like? Because you said you already was pressing buttons and shit was connected.
The first thing I ever did, the first thing I remember doing on FL was a 16 hat loop.
Okay.
It was like, I was listening to a Bones song. I was in Colombia actually, for my mom. She had sent me and my sister out there, and we was out there like for New Year's and stuff. I was so bored, but thank God I had brought my laptop with me. Thank God, man. I had brought it for like movies on the plane, but I had it and I still had FL Studio on it. So I was listening to this Bone song, and the hats were just like,
Yeah.
like that's it.
Just
right?
filled every 2 steps.
So I just put 2 and 2 together, and I already knew certain shit on the program. Like I was already playing with it for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I did on it was that I listened to the song, and then by miracle the BPM was the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mimicked the hi-hats,
Mm-hmm.
and then I put the snares where they were supposed to be, and then I just played the Bones beat at the same time as that, and I just knew. I was like, oh shit, this how you do it.
Okay.
This how you do it.
So that was like your first attempt of like recreating a beat and everything.
Yep.
And that's amazing because they said, you know, like one of the best ways to learn how to produce and get really good at it is to recreate your favorite beats.
Exactly.
And for you to be doing that on a plane too is fucking crazy because I don't know how I'd be able to focus on a motherfucking plane.
Yeah.
Recreate the damn beat.
I mean, yeah.
But that's super dope. So now you recreating, you getting into FL, like you're done with sports, and now Redda is just fully locked in. He's immersed himself into making beats.
Redda's still in school though.
You still in school?
He's still in school at that time.
But you left school, right?
Yeah, I left school at 16. A year later, after FL Studio, I dropped out. Like a year after, like, cause like within that year, I was just at home. Like after school, I wouldn't even do homework, bro. I'd just get to the FL, man. I would go to the FL Studio and just make beats, bro. My parents cause my dad had gave me some speakers, like these huge speakers, cause he used to love like DJing and shit, like playing music and stuff. So he gave me these speakers, and I would come home every day and make beats and stuff. And my parents would be so mad because the shit would be so trash, like this shit. I mean, it wasn't trash, but you know, to them, like they don't know. You feel me? Like they don't know nothing about that.
That is like, what is this hot ass beat clap going on in there?
Every night, every day. They're trying to watch their fucking novelas and shit. Their fucking
soap operas.
Telemundo and shit. You feel me? So, like, at first they were annoyed by it, and you feel me? Like, just like every parent's gonna be, they're gonna be like, oh, it's a phase and stuff. You know?
Well, I want to know, cause like you have such a unique sound, right? Redda, to me is the fucking wizard. When I think of you, I think of Gandalf, nigga. When I hear them beats, I'm thinking of fucking Gandalf the Great, nigga. This nigga's just. We're gonna get deep into that in a little bit, but I really want to know, cause you have your own sound and you have your own, you've created your own style, and it's easily recognizable to, when you hear a Redda beat. Like, did those beats always sound like that from the beginning, or it's like, when did you embark on
the drums
your
didn't
own
always
sound?
sound like that, but I could assure you that my melodies, like they always sounded like that. Like, not always, but like I always. What you hear now on my beats, that's what I was always aiming for. Like I always knew that I wanted cause dark synths, I didn't invent that. You know? But I did take those synths and make something out of them and make something completely different out of them. So yeah, man, like that shit just came low-key natural. Like it just came off just doing it every day and just making whatever I wanted. I never went and did a type beat and like said, oh, I'm gonna make this. Anytime I ever tried to make this person type beat or this person type beat, it never went well. Like you can't. Like every time I would cook up, it would be freely and shit would just sound like so good to me.
Okay, so you played around, from recreating and then now to like, I'm on the journey. I'm creating my own sound. Like Redda's got his dark ass sound. Yeah. And the first time that I heard a Redda beat was Chippie, Sheck Wes's album. I was like, nigga, what is this? Like, now, like, and then them drums, the bounce, like everything was super fire. Sheck's, his tone on that, I felt like y'all really complement. Yeah, like y'all complement each other so really well. I really want to know how, you linked with Sheck Wes and how did you guys, start creating, early on? Yeah,
I mean, it was all through my boy Lunchbox, my brother, And, shout out Lunchbox for real, man. Like, if it wasn't for him, a lot of this shit would not be possible. Basically, I started going to, like, New York. Like, once I had dropped out of school, I started like getting tickets and shit. I started selling little beats on Instagram for like $70 and shit, like 60, 70, saving money up. And I would get tickets from Miami to Long Island just because it would be a cheaper flight. And I would get like connecting flights. So it would be like a $70 flight one way. And then I would always have to figure it out after, you know, like figure out the flight back. And like from that, I just started going there. Like my parents thought I was just staying at a friend's house, but really I would just tell my parents I'm staying there, and I'll call up like friends that I had met on like Twitter and like people like Lunchbox and Jai, my boy Jai Daytona, Ice and shit. People like that. I started linking with them, and then from that shit, we just like kind of like it was like a brotherhood type of thing. And bro, I met Lunchbox because he sold me some weed, bro. Like, he was like, I didn't even know how to roll. He was like, I was like, yo, can you roll it for me? He was like, bet, you trying to smoke? Went upstairs, we were smoking, and then he was playing this fucking beat, bro, and it was so dark, and I was like, bro, what is this? Like, he was like, bro, it's my beat. I got a group called Dark Boys Entertainment. I was like, what? I'm like, shit, I'm a dark boy too. Come on, let's go, come on. And then from then, bro, Lunch introduced me to Sheck through DM when Sheck had like 10,000 followers or something. He was like, yo, my boy's going crazy. Like, I think he had already made Mobama and shit. And he was like, my boy's going crazy, send him some beats.
And you know, you ultimately
sending them went crazy.
Yeah, you ultimately sending the beats led to you, you know, obviously getting Chippie, which is a banger. But you went on to produce the, you know, three songs on the project. You did, you know, also Kyrie and Wanted. You know,
yep.
What do you think made Sheck Wes like want to involve you in his creative process? Why do you think you guys glued so well together?
It's because we just got like a signature sound together, and it's like, and it's always gonna be like that. It'll never be another, you know, like Sheck and Redda. Like it's only you can only do, it's just only me and him, you know, just like Sheck and Lunchbox. It's like you can't recreate that.
What do you think as a producer you bring out of Sheck Wes?
Just that sound, like. I mean, you know, Sheck is Sheck, you feel me? So it's like, he's gonna turn up regardless. But my beats, like, it's just like, it'll take you to a different, like, level. Those beats would just, I feel like me and Sheck's songs is completely different from all his other songs with other producers. We just got a signature sound, bro.
Yeah, no.
Untouchable.
I mean, I love you guys.
I respect, bro, forever, bro. That's my brother. I love him forever, you know?
Yeah, you were like 16 years old when I met you, and you're like got 3 songs, you know, on Sheck's project, like this little nigga Redda. Like I remember I met you off the Melrose at some random house. These niggas cooking up in the kitchen. Like, you want to hear some beats, bro?
Yep.
Like, exactly. And then this shit come on, and it's just like, yo, nigga, this shit crazy. Like, the fuck, these hi-hats all over here, like. Just that was a fun time. I'm very proud of you and, you know, where you've taken it. You went also to work with Lancey. You know, you and Lancey did a bunch of dope songs. I think you guys together also is just like ridiculous, bro.
Another signature sound, piece of art. Like, and that's the thing about me, bro. Like, I'm a producer and shit, right? But like, people don't, like, I don't, you know how like producers, they're like, like people fuck with them based off of like who they worked with.
Yeah.
It's not like that with me, because it's like I'm known for my sound. I'm not known for who I've worked with.
Yeah.
Like I'm known for who's worked with me. You feel me? Like, that shit is. I don't know if I worded that right, but
no, I mean, like you're not doing like one song on their projects. Like, you're doing like 3.
Exactly. 3,
you know, like you did "Don't Trust Me," "Ain't This," you know, like you
Skepta, all that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
like, you know, like what how did you guys first meet, you and Lancey and everything?
Well, first it was my manager AT. I had came to him about it. I'm like, yo, like let's do some shit with Lancey. Like, I really fuck with him. I had just seen the Rio freestyle he dropped. I was like, damn, bro. Like, I never seen somebody with a UK accent go crazy on a Flint beat. So I was like, you know, like, let's get in contact with him. And I already knew he had other types of swags. Like, he could switch it up.
Yeah.
So I told AT to hit him up and shit. AT hit up one of his boys, Sheb Rabbi or Sheb Rabbi. I don't know how to say his name, but that's another one of my good friends. Shout out to you, bro. He made that happen, you know. Like some people will like gatekeep shit. You feel me? Like certain people like they try to like not make shit happen just because they're like envious of you or like whatever. Like they know like that, you know. And he didn't. He put all that shit to the side, all that pride to the side. Like Brody connected me with him, no strings attached. That's it. You feel me? Like.
That's
and
dope.
then from that, we went crazy.
Yeah.
And also, Jay Trench also linked me up with Lancey, too.
Yeah, man.
And
You
Jonah
guys
and
together is fire, man. That project was so hard, man. Like, Lancey's also, like, one of my favorite guys from, you know, the ends over there and stuff. You know, he's very special, man. I think
that's my brother right there.
You know, he's done a very good job of crossing over into the American market, you know, just the people.
I think he's, like, the only one. To do
him, Skepta.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Him, Skepta.
But like he's doing it in such a like new way, bro. Like,
yeah.
So I respect him. I respect him for that.
Yeah, I fuck with.
That's my brother, you know. I love him too, man.
Yeah, shout out Lancey, man.
Hell yeah, shout out.
This was like a crazy like full circle moment because when that Chippy song first came out, Virgil had tweeted it.
Yeah.
And you know he's like, this is like the greatest shit, you know, like really bigging you up. And then, you know, come a couple years later, you know, you're producing Off-White's, you know, fall-winter show, like, you know, the Laboratory of Fun, you know, the fashion show and everything. Like, what was it like, you know, getting that call or DM or whatever it was to, you know, go do that?
Man, it was so surreal, man. To forever, I'm honored, bro. I'm honored just to do anything with Virgil. Like, anything me and Virgil did, bro, it's just gold, like. It's like, that man was such a visionary, like, he was just an artist, bro. Like, I can't stress it enough. Like, we lost a real legend. You know?
100%.
R.I.P. to my brother Virgil, for real. And basically how me and him came about, it was like, he just, he didn't DM me. He followed me. And I was like, yo, what the hell? Like, I told my boy, it was like 4 a.m., and we had just came from the studio with Brandon Finessing. I told my boy Ice, I'm like, yo, look, Virgil Abloh just followed me. And I'm like, my heart is going crazy. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. This is like one of my idols. This is one of my inspirations. I'm like, at first, I'm like, bro, is this shit fake or something? I started going to see if he's hacked or something. Like, bro, I tell you, like, he was following me for like 2, 3, 4 days and he didn't say anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna DM him right quick. I DM'd him and I was like, yo, bro, I appreciate you for everything you've like you've inspired me with and shit. I'm happy that you fuck with me and follow me. He was watching my stories and shit. So I just had to hit him up and then he was like, I fuck with you, bro, you're the future. And he's like, what's your, send me your address, sizes, and all that shit. And then he sent me a pack right away. Like,
damn. Man, got the good Off-Whites in the mail, man. And it was crazy, too, because not only, you know, that you guys collabed on a beat, too, right?
Yeah, we got to do so many things in, like, very little time. We got to work on a couple beats. And he also put me on the last Louis show that.
Yeah, man, my boy Redda was walking big Louis Vuitton, the last one, a legendary. That's probably one of the most, you know, legendary Louis Vuitton shows in my opinion. You know, I think it meant a lot for just, you know, the culture and just, you know, fashion history. Like that man did a lot.
He was moving mountains, bro. It's like, I was so honored. Like,
nervous at all or anything?
Huh?
You was nervous?
Hell yeah, what? Man, I remember hopping on the platform and started walking and shit. And it's like, you know, you can't look around or nothing. Like, you gotta be in model mode.
Yeah.
So I can't look. So I'm just like, I'm walking, whatever, and I just feel my whole body. Have you ever felt chills in your face?
No, damn.
Yo.
I'm not gonna lie, I never felt that.
I had chills in my face. I had like goosebumps like going through my whole body while I was walking the whole time. To the point I was so nervous. I fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, I fucked up. I didn't make it noticeable, you feel me? Because you could never go out like that. But I fucked up. I missed the main media shot. But you know, we got to fix it at the end, you know, like they always pay respect. I love.
Love that, man. My boy was in Vogue. Stop playing with him, man.
Vogue. Search me up.
Search him up, man. And you know, too. What another thing dope that too. You know, not only are you producing for runways and you know producing your own music or for other artists, you also scored the Beats by Dre commercial that had Ken Carson, Lancey, and a few others in there. Like, how did that come about? Yeah. And what are some of your goals? Do you look to like, you know, producing movies? Like, what does the future look for Redda?
Man, we doing it all. We doing it all. Movies, commercials. We're gonna do everything, and I'm gonna be producing other things too, not just music. You know, so you guys stay tuned for all that. We're doing NFTs and shit. We're doing something with Clone X.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Dope.
So I'm gonna keep it a little secret for now, but y'all stay tuned for that too.
How do you go about, you know, producing for a runway or for Beats by Dre, like considered regular, you're just producing for an artist or for yourself? Is it any different or just same shit?
It's the same shit. Every time I make a beat, like I said earlier, it's just natural, bro. I do what I do, and I just let myself. I'll just make the beat. Whatever happens with the beat happens, you know. With those beats, with Virgil, I remember he gave me his email, and he told me, he's like, yo, send me beats, send me sonics to make fashion to. Those were his exact words.
So he's probably just like cooking up, making clothes and shit, listening to your beats.
To my beats.
That's crazy, man.
So that was really the point of me sending beats at first. Just, you know, because he said send me beats to listen to and stuff. And then like 3 days later, he's like, yo, can I use 1 or 2 of these beats for the show? And I was like, yeah, bro, what?
Come on, man, run it up.
And he was texting me while it was happening live and stuff. I was like, damn, bro.
That's crazy, man. How old are you again?
20.
20. Yeah. 20 years old, man.
Hell yeah.
Boy, 20 years old, not playing no games, man.
Hell no.
Let's get into just like creative. Like, I really want to know how Redda goes into making his beats. Like, is there math? Is there science behind it? Do you feel like now it's just like, it's just so easy? Like, nigga, it's gonna go with this, is that. Like, how do you go about making beats now? You
can never get too comfortable. Like, you gotta always stay humble and hungry. But, like, what I do to make beats now, I literally just, everything comes so natural. Like, it's like brushing my teeth now, you know, like.
What do you usually start with? Like, what does Redda usually start with? Is it 808s, hi-hats, clap, melody, loop?
The melody. I'll start with the melody. I'll start with the melody and then memorize sometimes, this is what I've been doing lately. I memorize the tone, I turn off the melody, and I map everything out with 808s, everything. And I just listen to what the 808 sounds like a little bit. And then, cause like, you know when you're making a beat and it gets too repetitive and you're like, what the fuck, this shit sounds. That's why I do that. I don't listen to it until I've mapped everything out on the channel rack. Is it the channel rack?
Yeah.
After I've mapped everything out, I don't listen to it. Then I mute everything and I play it so it's like brand new to me. And it's so fire every time, bro.
Damn.
So fire.
How long you been doing that for?
Shit, I think like a whole year now, bro. It's just like playing like in the playground for me, bro. Like making beats. It's like to the point where it got like a little boring to me. That's why I started rapping and shit, you know? That's why I started with that, like, cause like, bro, it's like, why not do it all, like?
Yeah, no, 100%.
And I'm about to take over the whole game with this rap shit too, bro.
We're gonna get into your rapping in a minute, but I want to get more into
for sure.
You're creative. I mean, that 808, the Buzz 808, the Chase the Money 808. I really want to know, you know, how did you get it? How did it land in Redda's hands? And because at one point I think it was only Chase and Narco Wave that had it.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's like a bunch. You know, there's like
now there's
those
a whole
people.
bunch.
You know, you know those people like Chase the Money and people like what's it, Narco Wave and Pyrex and stuff. You know, those people have like really like diehard fans, right? That like study them and like remake their sounds and shit. So it's like, I'm pretty sure someone came someone found out where the sound came from and remade the sound. And because Chase recently hit me and said that the 808 that I've been using, because he told me to show him the file, and he was like, "That's not the real 808." I'm like, "Oh shit, I've been using the fake one, but I've been making it work." You feel me?
Exactly.
So it's like
it took me like fucking 6-7 months at a narco house for them to give it to me.
yeah. So it's like I low-key, like I took the fake one and made it my original one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I started bending that 808. Like I never heard nobody start bending it or start playing with the EQs on it. And like, man, I started doing so many things to that 808. That shit's crazy, bro.
What do you feel like your go-to sound? I mean, to me, it's that 808 in your beats. You know, like I think I know that 808's gonna hit. Like,
well, one thing I do a lot now, I don't just use like one 808.
Yeah, you use the spins and then I'll go into that.
I'll do the Zay 808, and I'll do the spins, and then I'll do the Chase 808.
Yeah, because like
I be doing that shit now, bro. I don't even use one. Like,
yeah, because I feel like your beats, like I feel like they're going somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, as much as their sounds are super
and then
simple,
from doing that, so many other producers adopted that and started.
I hear a lot of your beats, like your style of beats right now. Like, I hear it a lot. It's kind of crazy. But like every time I listen to like one of your beats, I feel like I'm constantly on a ride. Like it's constantly moving. You know, like it's just like, okay, you start here, this here. Even the melodies. The melodies are super simple.
They change.
But
the beat changes throughout the whole, almost, not every song, but if you try to like pay attention to my music, there's a lot of slight changes in the beats. Like it's not just a repetitive ass beat. Like it's repetitive, but there's like little like modifications being done through all the way to the end.
Yeah.
It's not just a boring, repetitive, fast, hi-hat crazy beat. Like this shit is real art. Like, you know?
To me, like your hi-hats, like the patterns on them are super crazy.
Yeah.
I think people also think you use Effectrix, like, because them shits is crazy. They sliding everywhere.
Exactly.
I don't know if you're just, you know, painting it using the paintbrush or anything. Like, what's the hi-hat sauce, man?
I'm
if
Picasso
you can give us
on the hi-hats for sure. I'm Picasso, bro. I'm painting on that for sure. But, like, I use Looperator. It's not Effectrix. It's not Effectrix. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all and just say I just paint the hi-hats and I'm the god and shit. No. I use Looperator sometimes, but I don't use that shit a lot. You know, I use that shit sometimes just to add the cherry on the top. Because I don't really need that, bro.
Do you use any MIDIs for your hi-hats? Nah. You already have stuff, and every time it's different.
Every time it's different. I've actually put, never mind, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that.
He's about to give y'all some shit,
yeah. I'm about to give y'all some sauce, but no.
Okay, bet. Speaking on sauce and everything, you just recently dropped a drum kit. What made you want to give out any type of sauce?
Just cause, like, when I was coming up, it wasn't that many drum kits to buy and shit, and not that much direction.
Yeah.
Like, I was kind of like a kid in the rainforest. Like, I ain't no shit. So it's like, I wouldn't want for those kids to be lost, you know? Like, there's a lot of kids that look up to me, so, and they want to be producers, and why would I stop them? Like, why not give them the tools for that? Like,
I think that's what's super dope about all the newer producers, is that this generation is like more open. And
you gotta be you gotta be caring, bro. Like, bro, if say some kid comes up to me, is like, ask me for a sound, like, and I know that he really wants that sound, why would I not give it to him? He's gonna get it one day regardless, one way or another. So why would I not give it to him? Like he looks up to me, right? So, bro, I know I would make his day or whatever the case may be. Like if I gave that to him, so that's why I would wanna, you know, personally. That's why I don't really respect all that gatekeeping shit. Like, yeah, you could gatekeep certain shit, but like these kids are gonna find it one way or another and get better than you. There's already so many kids that are fucking monsters and that are better than me at making beats, bro. Like I'm not the best one, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like there's kids right now that are growing up and that are gonna be way better than me at production.
Yeah. Nah, man. And
the proof is in the pudding, bro. Just look at me.
Oh God. The talent. I've seen, like, I was coming across Instagram. I seen like a 13-year-old kid making a beat, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? This little white kid,
right?
Yeah, I'm like,
with the glasses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, yo, what the?
Whoever that is, shout out to him. He's going crazy.
Going stupid crazy. I'm like, nigga, first 13-year-old, and he does the whole shit, and then he plays some shit. I'm like, yo, this is hard. That's crazy, man. I want to talk about first time, because you started rapping. The first project you put out was DARKOKANE with Dinero.
Mm-hmm.
How did you and Cris first link up? And then, you said you were ultimately making beats because you got ultimately rapping because you got bored. You got tired. You got bored of just fucking making beats.
I mean, yeah, that, and also I was rapping before I made beats.
Mm-hmm.
Like, excuse me, I wanted to be a rapper, bro. I always wanted to be a rapper. Like being a producer is cool and all, but it's like, didn't you always want to be a star? Like I want to be a fucking star. So it's like, why not do that shit? I got tools in my hand. I can record. I can learn. Like that's what I told myself. Like, so it's like, I remember I started rapping on my phone and shit before I even made beats. Like, the reason I even made beats was because I wanted beats to rap on. Like all that YouTube shit was like trash, and it always came with problems. Like, I remember I rapped on a YouTube beat once, and it kind of went crazy on SoundCloud because X had reposted it on his SoundCloud, and it went crazy, right? And I had stole the beat from YouTube, and the producers start going crazy on me, talking about, oh, you owe us money, da-da-da, this and that. I'm like, damn, I'm not trying to deal with that. Like, come on, bro. Like I was a kid, so it's like, it was the first time.
So that's crazy, though, that someone like X, which is a legend, like, came across your music and reposted your shit.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie, we paid him for that.
Oh, okay.
But, like,
well, at least you invested in your career.
You feel me? Exactly. Like,
yeah, you got to.
I'm pretty sure, maybe he heard it, who knows? Like, he reposted it, so who knows? But I know, like, off that shit, bro, when that song went viral, I just knew, like, I could do this shit.
You about to rap.
So
you and Cris linked up, and you guys did the project and everything.
Mm-hmm.
How did you guys meet, and what was the process like of doing that first project?
Well, I met Dinero back home. Shout out Cris. I met bro back home, but really he's from New York, but he had moved to Miami, and basically he was making all the music for like X and Rob Banks and all that shit, and I was like a huge fan of X. Like, I was a really, really huge fan of X. That's why I even got the repost. Like, and the repost was $75 back then. It was $75 for that repost.
That should be like $1 million these days.
He made all the beats for them and shit, and I always fucked with that, bro, and I always looked up to that. So, like, when I seen Cris one time, it was like we had a mutual friend, and he introduced us. And, I paid him his respects, like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, you going crazy, bro. And I remember I had showed him one of my songs. He was like, damn, this shit's fire. Like, then he had went on tour with X and stuff. Little fast forward, probably a year or two later, we linked back up, and I showed him my music. He was like, damn, you elevated, bro. Like, let's make a tape. And then from then on, we started making DARKOKANE, and then we dropped DARKOKANE and shit. And then from then, it was like,
oh yeah, I'm definitely about to get in this rap bag,
bro,
for sure.
Like, I started seeing all the feedback and shit. They loved us. Like, they loved that tape. That shit was a classic.
Nah, so, yeah, that shit was hard for sure.
From that, I was like, yeah, bro, I'm taking over with this shit.
So you then dropped your own your solo, the Dolo, man. DS3 just came out back in October. How did you go?
No feature.
No feature. How did you go about doing now a solo project? Because you did a collab project with somebody. Now it's like all in Redda. Like how'd you go about creating that?
Well, that one was like, man, that project, it was just me just hustling and trying to like sneak in studio time every time I go to studio to like make beats and shit. Like I would just like, every time I would go to make beats, at the end I would make a song or two and shit. And then I just kept doing that to the point where I started making like a catalog of songs, and I was like, bro, why not make a tape? Shit all started like making sense. Like everything sounded like
It's cohesive
yeah,
and shit.
bro. So I was like, I'm just gonna make a tape, bro. And then I named it DS3 because Future has DS2. You know how Young Thug did the Barter 6 with like the Lil Wayne type shit? That's what I wanted to do. Because I fuck with Future so much. Like, so I was like, fuck it, let's do that.
Bro, I would love to hear you and Future make a song together.
I mean, I was
you producing it too.
I mean, bro, I was with Future not too long ago. Thanks to AT.
What happened? You played him some beats?
Yeah, I played him. It was like right after I walked for Louis and stuff. AT set like the situation up. He's like, pull up here. I was like, all right, bet. Pulled up. Pluto was right there. I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't even believe it. This was recently too. I still couldn't believe it, you know, because that's Pluto. You feel me? Like,
oh God.
And I was playing him my beats and shit. Brody basically told me like, yeah, bro, this is it. You the future. Keep going crazy. Like, so I gave him like 50 beats that night. And
damn, 50.
Yeah,
50 pack for Future, man.
Yeah, man. He get a 50 ball for sure. He probably could have got another 50 if he would ask for more, you know?
He said, all right, man, I got you. Redda would have went down the hallway real quick and cooked
God,
up a whole
bro.
nother 50 for that dude.
Oh, God, bro.
I would
That's
love to
legend,
hear you guys
bro.
work together. I think that sound-wise, that makes a lot of sense.
That's going to come for sure. Another person, I'm also working with Wondagurl right now.
Fire.
So, you know, like
Legend.
potentially might have something on Utopia, you know?
That'd be hard, man.
Hell yeah.
The world needs Utopia, man.
Yeah, man.
Shout out my nigga Travis, man.
Yeah, shout out Trav. Shout out the whole Cactus Jack for sure.
For real, for real. Okay, so, you know, my favorite song off DS3 is Body. Body's already, it's going crazy. Mosh Pit shot the video. The video's hard. The song, your delivery on that song was amazing. Take us back to recording that. And did you know that was going to be the one that really, like, niggas was going to fuck with?
I didn't even know, bro. I remember, like, I had just did the Destroy show. Like, it was that night that, like, I had got back from the show. And it was me, Oogie Mane, and I think actually it was the next day. Either the next day or the same night. But it was me, Oogie Mane, a manager, a couple other people. And I don't know, bro, the energy that night was just different. Like, I pulled up the beat. I made the beat from scratch. Well, actually, I was listening. I was playing, like, my drill beats because I don't really make that many drill beats. So I was like, yo, I got drill beats. I don't know who I was showing them to. But I played it, and then I heard the synth, like the melody. I muted all the drums, and that melody was just, like, sticking out. And then I changed the sound of it, and that's when I came up with the body melody. And then I just scrapped those old drums. I saved as new, and then I did a whole new beat. Shit was so hard. I loaded that shit up right on the spot, and I recorded Body, and the shit just came super natural. That shit wasn't even written. Like, I freestyled it. I be punching in and shit.
You be punching in?
Yeah, so that one was like a full freestyle, and yeah, bro, that shit went.
How much of this project did you produce?
DS3?
Yeah.
For sure, like 80%, 90%.
So it was like more of like a constant, like, yo, like you said, you just was, nigga, made that, loaded up, let's go. Recording yourself too? You record yourself?
Yep, I record myself ever since I started. I don't let nobody record me, so it's weird, bro. Like,
you don't like being recorded by other engineers?
Nah, I don't like telling people what to do, bro. I'd rather just tell myself what to do. Like, who's gonna do it quicker than yourself, you know?
100%. We're just gonna.
Like, and I also I don't like screaming at people for not doing something. I'd rather just get on myself about something than talk to somebody, you know? Like, I'd rather just learn from my own mistake and it just never happens again. That's why I love recording myself. And also, it's just a different vibe too when you could choose to go to the studio just you. Yeah. And you could be in there by yourself. And like, bro, like, I don't like parties, bro. I don't like clubs. I don't like none of that shit. I
just like to work.
I could literally go to the studio and make a whole album and just be so happy, like.
Yeah, because that's something that I've always seen. Like, I feel like every time I've like caught you on Instagram Live, you're always just making beats.
Yeah.
Geeked up making beats.
Yeah. Geeked up making beats or making a song, bro. Like,
that's fire. What it you've brought up you know, the working on Dying Guys a few times. I remember I think it was like a year ago, seen a snippet of you know, Uzi on a thing you produced.
Hell yeah.
Man, how
did that come about?
Yeah, how did that come about?
Shit, one of my best friends, Brandon Finessin. Shout out to Brandon. Really, bro, like, one day I hit him up. I was like, yo, I see, like, you fuck with the dark shit. Like, like, let's do something, bro. He was like, bet, let's do it. And I fuck with Brandon a lot, bro, because, like, you know how, like, he's with Uzi every day.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're with Uzi every day and a random kid hits you up, like, yo, let me send you something, like, chances are you're gonna just be like, no, you feel me? Like, you don't know this kid, but
yeah,
he actually went. I respect him because he actually went to my page, listened, and gave me that chance. It was like, damn, this kid is actually hard. I'm gonna give him that chance.
Yeah.
And then he just said, start sending shit. And I was actually supposed to be on the Future and Uzi album because I got songs with them, but the songs just didn't make the cut. And that snippet that I did for Uzi came out. And then, yeah, bro, like, I've just been working with bro ever since. Like, and it's not even about just working with Brandon or nothing. Like, that's my brother right there. So we work regardless, like, on some natural shit. Like, we do that shit. Like, we be chilling more, you feel me? We've hung out more than made beats, you feel me? Like,
yeah.
That's not even the thing.
What's the collaborative experience like with you? How do you go about, you know, choosing who you want to collaborate with? You know, because you know, producers are very protective of their sound and, you know, who they work with.
Whoever I like and, like, whoever I feel like I can, like, elevate their sound or whoever I feel like we can make, like, real magic together, I just go ahead and do it with them. I don't go by who has the most clout, who has nothing. Like, you could have 1 follower, 0 followers, and I could love your music and we could work forever. Like, I don't know, man. I like working with people who I like to listen to and stuff.
I feel that. What do you got planned?
It's like changing your reality. It's like you love this favorite artist, and you have favorite songs by him. Imagine you made the beat and that becomes your favorite song. You're like making your own reality. Like, it's I love that shit.
What do you got coming up this year? You know, you dropped DS3 last year and everything.
Yep.
What's the plans like? What's on the takeover?
I'm about to drop this new tape.
About to drop a new tape?
We might do an EP before.
What's the name of this new tape gonna be?
Outerspacer.
Outer space?
Outerspacer.
Outerspacer.
Yeah.
This nigga's not just outer space, he's Outerspacer.
Yeah.
How did you come up with Outerspacer?
I am an Outerspacer. Like,
okay.
Like, I'm an Outerspacer. Like, I do outer space shit.
We geeked up, making beats.
On,
how did you
magic.
How did you are you producing like all this? Are you making the
this one I'm touching a lot of it, but this one I'm giving all of, like, pretty much, like, all of my, like, all the kids who, like, look up to me and want to and make beats like me and, like, have made their own wave off of making beats like me, which I respect that so much. All those kids have like, you know, they're all on this. Like, people like Blackie, Stoker, his name is Stoker, Alien, Rizion's on this one. Rizion's one of Yeat's producer. He's insane, crazy. But, you know, we adding a little Redda twist to everything. So it's like, this is just like everything I like to listen to. Yeah. I'm just turning it into my shit. Like, you know, like, this is gonna be pretty much all the producers that I love. I like.
That's fire,
plus
man.
me.
Are you gonna?
I got a lot of production on it too. I think I got 50% on this one and 50% my friends and all, you know. And I think I'm gonna put like 3 features on it.
Yeah, because the last project had no features. So who would Redda want to put on this new one, or if there's already features done?
Shit, I don't want to say the features right now, but just know it's gonna be some crazy shit.
What do you feel like are the challenges you face, like being that, not to call you a producer rapper, but for the people that would do that, you know?
I mean, shit, that's what it is, man. It's like some Kanye shit. But what was the question again, though?
What do you feel like some of the challenges you face, you
Well,
know, with
shit.
you know, being a producer, rapper, and everything?
Shit, just like another, like, people probably are gonna be like, oh, here's another producer trying to be a rapper and stuff, like, or like, you know, like, people always have something to say, like, just stick to beats or something, like, nah.
You've heard
bro.
that? What do you say when you usually do that? Do you?
I mean, I haven't heard it
acknowledge
recently. Nobody told me that recently. Everybody recently is like, bro, you're the GOAT. Keep going, man.
Mhm.
Do it all. You know, but like at first when people told me that shit, it was like, you're a hater, man. Cause
Trying to keep me in a box, nigga.
yeah, cause it's like, why would you tell me that? Like, this is 2022. You could do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like, there's no stopping anything. So it's like, man, I don't really feel I don't feel no challenges when it comes to this shit. I'm really like, I'm happy about this shit. I'm doing it, bro.
You get to hear your beats first.
Huh?
You get to hear your beats first.
Yeah,
How you been going about it? Like, cause you know, usually you just making beats and you was giving to people. Now you got to save that swag for Redda. So, how do you now going about giving, you know, beats and keeping beats?
Shit, whatever I like, I'm gonna keep it for myself, and whatever I like for someone else, I'm gonna give it to them.
Okay, I feel that.
Fair enough, right?
That's fair enough for sure. That's definitely fair enough. Who are some people you know you really want to work with? Because, you know, you've done a lot of dope work with, you know, from Sheck to Lancey. You know, who's next on the Redda list, collaborative wise?
Thug, Chief Keef. I want to work with Vert on with Uzi on like music, like me and him rapping. Like,
okay.
You know, like I already did, like produced for him, but I want to do something with me and him rapping.
Yeah, y'all rapping. That'll be hard.
Yeah, bro.
I like Uzi's new hairstyle. That shit looks crazy.
Yeah, it's the
spikes.
The punk shit, right?
Yeah,
that's
punk
so
spikes.
hard.
That shit's hard as hell.
That's so hard.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited for that.
Hell yeah, bro.
I'm excited to hear the new music. You played me a whole bunch of new shit that was super fire. This man Redda, man.
Oh yeah, and we just dropped Cool. It's one song off either the EP or the tape. I don't know yet, but we just dropped Cool. That shit is a banger. Y'all go listen to that shit, man. This shit is.
Make sure y'all go check Cool out, man.
Everybody's speechless.
Oh,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Well, we usually you know, do this to close it out and everything. What's your message for our generation?
My message is man, fuck everybody. Do what you want to do. Don't, like, you know, I'ma just, it sounds cliche, but I'ma just say it, like, don't let nobody tell you shit.
Yeah.
Like, you are your creator. Like, you create your future. So it's like, whatever you love, man, just stick to that shit and love that shit to the fullest and make something out of it. Even if you broke forever, bro, if you love doing that shit, it's gonna work out one day, bro. I promise. Like, I promise, for sure. And shout out my mother, shout out my pops, shout out my sister, all my brothers, my cousins, everybody, my whole family. I love everybody. I love my fans. I love everybody. I'm so excited for everything that's about to come. For real.
Let's go,
and
my
thank
boy.
You, bro.
Of course,
bro.
The takeover, man.
For sure, gang.